Here are 3 tips to up your survivor game in Dead by Daylight. Y'all, this is going to be a little bit different of a video, so let me know what you guys think and if you like this different style. Thank you guys for the constant love and support, and let's hop to it. Alright, y'all, so one major mistake I see survivors make a lot is a lot of them don't know their outs. What do I mean by that? When the killer is around you and coming from a certain direction, you need to know where you can go to be safe. Even if you take a hit, you don't want to go down instantly. So I know that I have this pallet right here, and I also have the truck to go to in case I need to, so I can use balanced landing to get away. Now, I also want to check another area, the semi-safe here, to see if maybe if she comes from behind me, can I make it there and still be safe? Given that the pallet isn't there, I know that I cannot, so the only way out is to go behind me. Having all this information will allow me to either get away safely or take a hit but extend the chase for as long as possible. Alright, and you're going to see something very similar here. I noticed that the Jake is in chase right now and I see the generator regressing. I'm going to tap the gen to make sure it doesn't regress any further, but I'm also going to check the jungle gym to make sure that that pallet is there, because if it's used, it's not as safe. And I'm also going to check Shack, because if you notice, I have the TV in front of me. I need to know where to go in case she comes from either directions. For so long as the pallets are there, I know that I'm safe, or I can extend chase for even longer, and it's going to help us out very soon. You guys will see it right now. Alright, and you'll see here, she comes after me, she kicks that generator. I stay to make sure she kicks it, and I know which direction she's going to. And now I can use this pallet to drop if I need to, but I know I have a lot of distance, so she swings, I go through the window, and I am safe. This is how important it is to know what is safe and what isn't. This way you guys can get away clean. Alright, y'all, the next mistake I see a lot of survivors doing is not hugging corners. And this will show you how important it is to do that. I'm going to look behind me, see what that Wraith is doing. Looks like they kicked the gen. We're able to get through that God pallet, not panic drop it. And because we're able to hug this corner extremely tightly, we narrowly avoid that miss. And had we panic dropped that pallet, the Wraith probably would have hit us. You can see here that they get a little upsetty spaghetti because that was extremely close. And this is how important it is to hug corners tightly. Make sure you guys hug those corners as tightly as possible without getting stuck on anything. And the biggest mistake I see a lot of survivors making is not looking behind them. Check out this chase I have with this Blight real quick. I make a mistake here, but I know that I have the God window. I look behind me and I should have waited, but I didn't. I decided to vault through, and that forces me to use this God pallet. Now, yes, I try to get the stun. It doesn't happen. This Blight is very patient, very experienced. But now I have the upper hand because I know my perks. I have balanced landing, which will allow me to get a speed boost after vaulting. But I'm not going to vault right away. I'm going to wait to see what the Blight does. He breaks that door. I drop down. And I use this God window to my advantage. Now that I have all this distance, I can look behind me. I can stay patient. I can see what he does. I can see that he doesn't make it through that door easily. I'm going to try to make him use up his charges. Once he cancels, I'm able to get through. And now I can really abuse this and make distance. Although the Blight is fast, I have the ability to use small corners, and I wait here. I vault because I know I have a lot of distance, and you'll see right here where I stay very patient. Check this out real quick. He tries to fake it out. I fake him out. He comes back, and now I can abuse that window again. It takes a couple seconds away from the killer, but it is a massive play because he won't know what we're doing. And you'll see here that I don't panic. I look behind me. I look around me. I know he can't make it through, so I don't panic drop. I come around, and I have more distance. Don't panic. Make sure you guys look behind you, and make sure you guys stay patient. Alright, this last section really shows why looking behind you is important. We're going up against a Huntress, and bless this Huntress for being an M2 Huntress until she runs out of hatchets. But you'll notice that we look behind us quite a lot to see where her red stain is, where her hatchet is, to get a rough idea of where she's aiming. We're also trying to look for line of sight blockers and trying to confuse her. You'll see that I run into a couple of things, and that's totally normal and totally okay, especially when you're first learning how to look behind you. It takes a lot of practice to really understand the mechanics of looking behind you and then looking forward, but you have to practice it in order to get it down correctly, and it'll help you so much. And I hope that this has helped you guys out. If it has, you'll see me get hit here. If it has, let me know in the comments down below. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you guys have an absolutely awesome holiday, and thank you so much for the support.